Good morning, everyone. We are convening the House Committee on Labor and Government Operations. Today is Thursday, April 13th. It is 9:30 a.m. We are hearing a handful of Senate resolutions. Thank you, Member Tam, for joining us for this hearing. Let's get right into it. The first resolution is SCR 87, requesting the Department of Accounting and General Services to provide menstrual products at no cost in state buildings under the jurisdiction of DAGs that are open to the public and contain public restrooms. First up, testifying in person, we have DAGs. Providing comments.
Yes. Hi, Chair. Ms. Tam, on behalf of Keith Reagan, unfortunately, our comptroller couldn't make it, so Richard Louis, acting CSD administrator, we stand by our comments and we support the intent of the resolution. And I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. I do want to thank you for putting in cost estimates in your testimony this time around. Thank you very much for that.
Sure.
Okay, up next is the State Council on Developmental Disabilities in support. Not seeing them. Via Zoom, we have Nikki Anyi of Ma'i Movement, Hawai'i, testifying in support.
Sorry about that. Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. Mahalo for the opportunity to testify. I'm Nikian Yi, co-founder of Ma'i Movement Hawai'i. I stand on my written testimony in strong support. Throughout this session, you've heard me speak a number of times about the needs of menstruators, and I get asked a lot about why I do this work. As a mother, a woman, and a menstruator myself, I am constantly reminded of the inequity in society simply because of my biology. I want to share a short story. Last year, I found myself in a situation. I was in a meeting with a congressional aide, and I was caught off guard with a period that I had thought had ended. So I rushed to the bathroom, and it seemed to have that I really needed in that moment, a pad. Here I was, a grown woman fighting for menstrual equity and period poverty, and needing exactly the thing that I was advocating for. And it lit a fire in me. But this is not only about me, it's about a period in our state. Right now, there are free period products in a county park, a council building, and the Senate bathrooms. We have also been approached to pilot free period products in libraries and courthouses. And I know that the ask and the needs will continue to come because it's about making our public facilities safe, equitable, accessible, and dignified places for anyone that visits. It's about normalizing a basic bodily function and having healthy conversations about menstruation. This this resolution is the first opportunity to testify.
Okay, thank you very much. That's all the in-person testifiers we have scheduled. Is anyone in the room wishing to testify? Please.
Aloha, Vice Chair, Committee Member. Apologies, we were late. I'm with the Hawaii State Council on Developmental Disabilities. My name is Chase Over. We stand on our written testimony in support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else in the room wishing to testify? Anyone else via Zoom? Seeing none, thank you. Questions? You good? All right, we'll move on to the next resolution, SCR 117, requesting the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations to conduct a study of the exemptions to Hawaii's minimum wage law. First up, we have DLIR testifying in support.
Good morning, Vice Chair Takuya Garrett and Member Tam. Bill Kunzman, Deputy Director, Department of Labor and Industrial Relations. We're in strong support of this measure and will be available for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Deputy. Is there anyone else in the room wishing to testify? Seeing none, anyone via Zoom? None as well. Questions? Okay, proceeding on to the next resolution, SCR 120 SD1, requesting the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations, in collaboration with the Department of Business, Economic Development and Tourism and University of Hawaii, to collect data relating to the development of an information technology workforce in Hawaii, evaluate the collected data, and develop a strategy to provide better information technology training. First up, we have DLIR testifying in support.
Vice Chair, member, we'll stand on our testimony supporting the intent we support, and we're willing to collaborate on our pieces in the measure, and there's other entities involved, and we defer to them on their pieces in the measure. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Up next, we have the University of Hawaii providing comments.
Good morning, Chair Garrett and Representative Tam. Alan Rosenfeld, Associate Vice President for Academic Programs and Policy at the University of Hawaii. UH stands on its written testimony. We're happy to participate in this research project, and I'll be on standby for any questions you might have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's all the people we have registered to testify in person. Anyone in the room wishing to testify? Seeing none. Anyone via Zoom? Seeing none as well. Questions? Seeing none, we'll proceed on to the next resolution, SCR 121 SD1, urging the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations to identify state job classifications for which a degree or career and technical education certificate from a community college may substitute for an Associate of Arts degree. First up, we have, again, the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations testifying in support.
Vice Chair, member, the department will stand on its testimony and support and be available for questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Up next, we have the Hawaii State Teachers Association, also testifying in support.
Aloha, chairs and members. Laverne Moore speaking on behalf of Osatui, President of the Hawaii State Teachers Association. The HSTA stands on its written testimony, which she did a very good job in writing it and giving the highlights. I speak on behalf of the teachers, and basically this is an important resolutions. We have teachers who are teaching who have certificates, but they don't have the associate degree. They are working on it. This would make it happen for them. Also, you only need 72% of the jobs today only need a high school diploma. Why are we not having curriculum that deals with those issues that are coming up? We have students who are dropping out, freshmen, sophomores, because the curriculum we have in school is not meeting their needs. If we were to get all this information and have the ability to create our own workforce readiness curriculum that would match our students' needs, we would better prepare them for the world of work. This resolution is critical to keeping our students in school and making the curriculum relevant. They want to work. The curriculum we have now is not preparing them for the jobs that are coming up. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. That's all the scheduled testifiers we have for today. Anyone else in the room wishing to testify? Seeing none. Anyone via Zoom? None as well. Questions? Good. All right. Proceeding on to the last resolution on our agenda, SCR 134 SD1, requesting the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations to continue to recognize and accept the right of a provider of service to assign the right to participate in a workers' compensation billing dispute to a billing company. Review the workers' compensation law for proposed amendments to ensure that service providers may assign the right to negotiate a bill dispute to a billing company, and include the proposed amendments in a report to the legislature prior to the regular session of 2024. Up first, we have the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations testifying in support.
Vice Chair, member, the department will stand on its testimony and support and be available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy. That is all the scheduled testifiers in person. Anyone else in the room wishing to testify? Anyone via Zoom? Oh, thank you. Questions? All right. Hey there. Okay, we do not have quorum at the time being, so we will recess briefly and see if we can get one more member to join us. Recess.
times.
All right, reconvening the House Committee on Labor and Government Operations. We now have quorum, so we will proceed into decision-making. So members, first resolution, SCR 87. This is the one requesting DAGs to provide menstrual products at no cost in all state buildings under their jurisdiction. Members, you'll recall we heard a similar resolution earlier this session that we passed out. We'll make the same amendments, basically adopting the suggestions from Hawai'i movement regarding signage. So on page 3, we will clarify that DAG shall maintain signage in all restrooms of those covered public buildings indicating the location of free menstrual products. Other than that, it will that will be the only amendment. Members, any discussion? Seeing none, Member Tam, thank you for taking the vote.
All right, members voting on SCR 87. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair excused. Vice Chair votes aye. Rep Capella?
Aye.
Rep Martinez?
Aye.
Rep Sayama? Excuse. Rep Tam will vote aye. Rep Alcos? Excuse. Vice Chair, your measure is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Next resolution is SCR 117, requesting DLIR to conduct a study of the exemptions to Hawaii's minimum wage law. The recommendation is to pass this measure as is. Any discussion? Seeing none, Member Tam for the vote, please.
Voting on SCR 117, Vice Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the excused absence of Chair Matayoshi, Rep Sayama, and Rep Alcos. Any members voting with reservations? Any members voting no? Vice Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Up next is SCR 120, SD1, requesting DLIR in collaboration with DBED and UH to collect data relating to the development of an IT workforce in Hawaii, evaluate the collected data, and develop a strategy to provide better information technology training. Members, the recommendation here is also to pass this as is. Any discussion? Seeing none, Member Tam for the vote, please.
Voting on SCR 120, Chair's recommendation is to pass this as is. Noting the excused absence again of Chair Matayoshi, Rep Sayama, and Rep Alcos. Any members voting with reservations? Any members voting no? Vice Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Next resolution is SCR 121, SD1, urging DLIR to identify state job classifications for which a degree or career and technical education certificate from a community college may substitute for an Associate of Arts degree. Again, members, the recommendation here is to pass this as is. Any discussion? Seeing none, Member Tam for the vote, please.
Voting on SCR 121, Vice Chair's recommendation is to pass it as is. Any reservations? Any no's? Vice Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Last resolution on the agenda is SCR 134, SD1, requesting DLIR to continue to recognize and accept the right of a provider of service to assign the right to participate in a workers' comp billing dispute to a billing company, review the workers' comp law for proposed amendments to ensure that service providers may assign the right to negotiate a bill dispute to a billing company, and to include proposed amendments in a report to the legislature prior to the 2024 session. Members, again, the recommendation here is to pass this as is. Any discussion? Seeing none, Member Tam for the vote, please.
Voting on SCR 134, Vice Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Any reservations? Any no's? Vice Chair, your recommendation is adopted.
Okay, thank you very much. Just as a clerical matter, just to confirm, SCR 117, this was the second bill on the agenda. To clarify, is as
Yes,
is?
as is. It
Okay.
is as is.
Thank you very much for the catch.
Apologize for that.
Nope, not necessary. Okay, that is all the items on our agenda today. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.